Today I wanted to share the experiences and the tips that I took care of when this room was being constructed. Now, as you can see, this portion is actually a slope of a hill. This is a banyan tree that is hindering your view. Otherwise, if you can see, this is the hill, the side of a hill, and this room has been constructed leaning upon the side of the hill. Now, when we constructed this, stones and mud started falling out from this portion of the hill. So we decided that we wanted a wall even here, which would keep uh, the hill from continuously coming off. Now this was the room that was constructed. Uh, this wall, as you can see, this the steps that you can see. People would ask why wasn't the wall constructed straight. This was due because, as you can see, this the breadth of the room is much shorter than like one would want it to be. So this opens up the space, and also because this is also leaning upon the wall, the slope of the hill, so to keep the mud or the to keep up the pressure of the mud and earth of that side of the hill, this is a reclining wall. If you search in the Google, reclining walls to keep mud and earth falling off, mud and stones falling off from a slope of a hill or a slope of, whatever, any place, the walls would be constructed like this. As you would see, even the walls beside, roads, hilly roads. Now this floor, to keep the moisture from coming up, because this is the ground floor, so we used pine tree barks. You can even search that pine tree. The bark is very thick. You can't see it now because it has been covered up with mud, but the whole floor is covered inside, underneath, with the bark of the pine tree, so that it would prevent the moisture from getting up during the rainy seasons, especially. Now, I wanted this room to be soundproof also, because there are people coming to the temple and the bells ringing, it disturbs meditation. So this was constructed with the purpose of meditation. So I haven't kept any windows on this side. This door is just for to enter the room. When you close the door, this room would be mostly soundproof. And for ventilation, this other side of the wall has this small window. And this is, of course, another entrance or exit towards the outside, because the bathroom and everything is on that side. And this ground, because of the short space on this the breadth of the floor, this seemed very uh, like didn't seem very good to sit on the ground to meditate. So I was continuously thinking of ways about what I should build so that one can sit and meditate a little above the height of the floor. And this came to my mind. So the workers, the two boys here, they constructed they put up this plywood with a frame so that one can sleep or read books or sit and meditate on this height. And even the window is for ventilation and for the breeze to come in. And this lovely ladder on which one can climb up and then enjoy oneself. And this can be used for the purpose of keeping things, small things. Otherwise, this room is mostly going to be empty. I guess I'll just store my, those all these working tools here. Otherwise, nothing else. Just to sit and meditate and enjoy reading in a soundproof space. And I'll talk about the roof. The roof was a tin roof. Now, tin roof makes noise, a lot of noise, if like one would know. But this roof doesn't make any noise. Why? I'll show you that now. This roof, as you can see, it's covered with mud sacks, and we have planted grass in them. So when once the grass starts growing well, it would prevent the earth from falling off the roof. Even when the old cement sacks, they are like they uh, tear off due to the sun and rain, and they come off. Even then, the grass will prevent the mud from flowing away during the rainy season, and it will take root. And the part, so even the rain or things falling from these big trees upon the roof, like pine leaves or pine cones, even these wouldn't make any noise. And also, because of this, the room will be cool during the summer and warm during the winter, because the tin is being prevented from getting heated up during the sunny days or becoming very cold during the winter days. So it's also working like an insulation, and also noise reduction. So both ways. So this is a bit of an extended roof where afterwards, when this part would be cleaned up, and I'm thinking of building something here to sit, so that one can sit and enjoy the view from here. These are small saplings of trees. So these are being, for the present time, these are being protected from cows and goats. Otherwise, these boundaries also won't be there. This small cloth things. And this is a peepal tree. Peepal. This is a banyan, small banyan tree. There's this, they call it barge. It's going to be a big tree. This is also barge. Oak, yeah. Mountain oak. This is oak, and there is a small deodar here, because deodar is cows and goats don't eat it, so we haven't given it a wire fencing or cloth fencing. Otherwise, these other ones have a fencing just to keep the cows and goats from eating it away. If we move a little forward, you will be able to see that the view just gets awesome from here. This is the same view which is from the front of the temple. It's a bit foggy today, so one can't see. This lime wash that I have used for the painting to color the wall, even lime wash prevents the walls from becoming very moist, or due to the moist breeze in the rainy season. So lime wash also is like a it's a good thing to protect the walls from too much of moisture. The only thing that I did wrong was, there's this plastic that I used, a huge long plastic, which I covered from behind the walls, which was put inside, in between the hill and the mud wall, to prevent the moisture from getting inside the walls. But the plastic comes like 2 feet, 2 feet or maybe 3 feet. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. 2 feet, 2.5 feet, or 3 feet, or something like that. But even then, I couldn't prevent the moisture in the corners. Somehow, Maybe there the plastic was a bit torn or something, and the moisture enters from the corners. Otherwise, the roof was very well done. On the top, the roof goes well forward, into the hill, and it's all covered with the mud sacks which I showed you before. So moisture doesn't come very much from here. A little bit maybe at places, but mostly from the corners. And now because it has been dry for a few days, so you can't see it wet. Otherwise, especially here, you can see the marks. This place is getting wet from here. Somehow the moisture was coming from here. Otherwise, the floor has been awesome. There was no moisture. Like these parts wouldn't get wet even during the heavy rains. This is already the old wall of the previous rooms, so this doesn't get wet, and none of these get wet. I forgot to mention this wire, this barbed wire pieces. We cut it into pieces like this, so that each piece would have two thorny things. I hope you can see this. So this barbed wire was used, like these pieces, all such pieces was used. We cut it and put it here, and these pieces were used in between each of the sacks when we built the walls. Like we'll put a row here, and then we'll put a piece of the barbed wire, and then we'll put the sack, then another piece of barbed wire, and then the sack, so that in the like beginning state, the sacks won't slip away from each other. It will keep the barbed wire will keep the sacks in place, and later on, after the plaster and after a few months, the mud will set in such a way so that it doesn't fall away anymore. And even when the sacks usually doesn't rot. And also this thing, this was used to beat the sacks and make the mud tight inside the old cement sacks, so that it will get set and it will stay in place. So this is the eastern side, and that was the western side. It's a bit angular. This is east and this is north. East and north. And this place gets a lot of sun. It's already getting started to getting sunny. So this banyan tree will afterwards it will become a shade on this roof, and one can, this place is a small space, is for, let's see, I'm thinking still how to use this. And because this back side of this room, this is the western side, the sun sets here, like in the winters or summers, here, and this is west, this is south. So this place is mostly shady, and one can really sit and enjoy oneself in the evening. This is beautiful. This place is beautiful. Very quiet, and lovely. And when these fencings will come off, the view will be open mostly, and it will be really lovely. The wood that has been used, the wood in this roof, uh, I used a termite spray first, and then black Japan, uh, two coats of black Japan, to prevent it from like termites, because the logs are in touch with the mud of the sacks directly. So to prevent it from termites might get in from the mud to the wood. So we used black Japan and two coats of black Japan, and before that termite spray. But then I would suggest, if somebody uses logs and wood for this roof, it's better that one cement it there. Cement wouldn't let the termites come in directly from the mud to the logs. And then black Japan and termite spray, everything would be fine. I didn't want this to be black because it was too much in view and it seemed to obstruct one's view. So I put a bit of lime wash upon this wood too. And there's one thing, there's another trick also. After this lime wash, we of course use Fevicol so that you like it prevents it from coming off. You can see not much is coming off now. But then there's also another trick. You can spray paint, white spray paint can be used. Just a light coat upon it all. And that prevents the lime wash from coming off the walls. It's nice. Anyway, so that was it for today. Thank you guys. I hope the things that I said will give you some information about what things to take care of. Like, you have to take care so that moisture doesn't come into the walls. You have to have an extended roof so that even the rains when it comes with a lot of, when it's a windy day and it's raining, the rain wouldn't directly come upon the wall. So extended roof, preventing moisture from the floor. These things have to be taken care of when you are building an uh, earthen mud room or hut or whatever. And then roof, if it's a tin roof, you have to think of ways to make it soundproof, sound reduction, to make it insulated so that it doesn't get very hot during the winter, during summers, or very cold during the winters. So these things have to be thought of, and ways and options has to be thought of to make it comfortable all during the whole of the year, during all the seasons. And greenery outside also, is a very refreshing touch. It offers shade. The vibration of greenery around, it's lovely. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Namaste.